welcome to Yoga with Donna. I hope everybody's doing well. Today we're going to be doing a full body yoga practice to kickstart your day. So this is a really good one to do when you get out of bed in the morning or any time during the day that you're feeling like you need to actually get your body moving and get out of your mind. So we'll get started. Coming into child's pose, swing your legs around, big toes together, knees as wide as your mat. Coming forward, stretch your arms out, coming up onto your fingertips and place your forehead on the mat. And sit back as much as you can on your sit bones. And let's take a few long deep breaths here. And really breathe into your hands, into your arms, into your shoulders. And then relax your hands on the mat, palms down, elbows down. And just relax your shoulders down your back and take another long deep breath in. And deep breath out. And then coming into tabletop. So place your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, and drop your belly, lift your gaze, breathing in, and then round your back. Tailbone curled under, navel to your spine, pushing off your palms, exhaling. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Now you can carry on like this for a few more rounds, or you can actually just move how you feel you need to today. You can come back when you're exhaling out, and when you're breathing in, you can come forward over your hands a little bit more if you feel like that's what you'd like to do. So just go to wherever you would like to today. So the more that you move, you do move forward and back a little bit more, you're just working more into your muscles of your lower back and your hips. And just do a few more rounds of wherever you are. And then just coming into tabletop, just hold it here for a moment. Slightly engage your navel, looking down at the mat. Crown of the head stretching forward towards the front of the room. And then curl your toes under, lift your hips, pressing through your palms, coming into downward facing dog. And just at this stage, just keep your knees bent. Bring your ribs in towards each other, navel in towards your spine. So you've got a lot of weight sort of going through your arms, so you're really working your arms rather than your hamstrings just at the moment. And just take a couple of deep breaths. Relax your shoulders so they glide down your back. Your head is looking back between your feet. Press your index finger, pinky finger, thumb into the mat, pressing away from the mat. And then when you feel you're ready, just slowly pedal through your feet, taking your heels down towards the mat. Inhaling, exhaling. Just keep pedaling through. And then when you're ready, come up on your toes, slowly lower your heels towards the mat to really extend those hamstrings. Hold it here, deep breath in. Wherever you are, doesn't matter if your heels are way off the mat, just go to where you can feel the stretch through the backs of your legs. And then looking forward between your hands and just gently tiptoeing up to the front of the mat, hanging over, hold each elbow and just relax your head in between your arms. Knees are bent. Just stay here for a moment, just getting that spine relaxed over your thighs. And then when you're ready, release your elbows, breathing and bring your arms up, overhead, And then bend your knees, coming forward over your legs, hinging forward, back down to the mat. And then breathing in, coming up, and breathing out. One more time, breathing in, and breathing out. Now this time, coming up, interlace your fingers at the top and pull up nice and tall up off your hips, navel engaged, feet, have them a little bit, wider than your hips, and you're going to stretch over to the left side. Really good side stretch, coming back to the middle and over to the other side. And inhaling, exhaling. Engage your navel, so that's going to help you come back up to centre. So you're not pulling through any other part of your body, you're really using your abdominal muscles to come back to centre. And then over again, to the left, pulling up to centre, over to the right. And then release your hands. Take your hands behind you, interlace your fingers, stretch your fingers out away from your sit bones and looking up at the ceiling, and just let your fingertips or your knuckles of your fingers pull towards the mat. So just do a little bit of a back stretch. And then coming up, release your hands, bring them up, and then we're going to come into cactus arms. So you've got your elbows bent, palms facing forward, and just extend your chest up through the upper back, looking up at the ceiling if you can. Otherwise, if you've got a neck issue, just drop your chin. And then coming back up, one more time, breathing out, and then breathing in. And then just bring your arms down beside you and bend your knees, breathing in, arms come up beside you, breathing out, bending out over your legs down towards the mat, and again breathing in. This time, take one arm forward and one arm back, and just keep your hips facing to the front of the mat and turn your shoulders and your head to the side. So we're doing a really good stretch. And you have your feet hip-width apart and pull up through the centre of your body. Hold your thighs nice and firmly, and then breathing in. And extend to the other side. So left arm going back, right arm coming forward to the front of your mat. Fingertips stretching out away from each other. And really engage your navel, pressing those feet firmly into the mat. And then breathing in. One more time each side. Extend. Really feel like you're holding a big basketball between your legs, so you're not actually letting your knees go out to the side. And coming up, breathing in, and breathing out. So your knees should be coming over your toes. And then when you're ready, straighten your knees, bring your arms up, breathing in, bend your knees, come over your legs, coming forward, and then breathing in, coming up again, and breathing out, bring your arms down beside you, bring your feet together, coming into chair pose. So bend your knees, really hold your thighs tightly together, make sure that you've got your knees over your insteps, and you're going to sit back like you're sitting on a chair, and bring your arms up beside you, beside your ears, and sit back as much as you can, and take a deep breath here, and then come back up, relax your arms down, and then bring your arms back behind you. We're coming back into chair pose again. So palms facing up to the ceiling, stretching your fingertips right back towards the end of the mat, and those sit bones going right out behind your heels, heading out to the mat behind your heels, looking down at the mat, long straight spine, and then breathing in. And once more, breathing out, coming to sitting back again like you're going to sit on a chair. Hold those thighs. Deep breaths. And then breathing up and out with your arms. And then just coming down to the mat and just lift your heels off and just curl over your legs. Relax your hands on the mat. And let's just breathe into our spine. Really relax along the spine. And then when you're ready, pressing back up, breathing in, arms coming up, and breathing out. Now find a spot out in front of you and lift up your right leg. You can bring your hands into your sternum as it's a little bit easier to balance if you've got your hands in towards you. And hold it here for a moment. Extend your right leg that you've got lifted out behind you. Come forward over your legs. You can bend the supporting leg that you're standing on if you like. And toes down towards the mat. Extend it out, hold it here. And then when you're ready, place it on the mat with your heel coming down, 45-degree angle. Your heel is lined up with the instep of your back foot. And then bring your arms up and extending out into Warrior Two. And hold it here. Really pulling up off your hips, through to the top of the head to the ceiling. Strong thighs, feet pressing into the mat, back edge of the back foot pressing into the mat. And then when you're ready, drop your left arm to your left thigh, bring up your right arm up and over by your ear, and then yearn your chest up towards the ceiling, and stay here for a couple of breaths. To keep your balance, just make sure that you're really holding through those feet on the mat, and make sure those thighs are engaged. And then when you're ready, coming back up, stretching through that front foot, hold it here. And then if you'd like to, you can come into triangle pose. So you're going to take your left hand anywhere you can on your leg, whether it's your shin, or whether it's your ankle, or whether it's the mat, and extend the right hand or right arm up towards the ceiling. And just stay here for a moment. You can look up towards the ceiling if you like, if you haven't got a neck issue. Otherwise you can look down at the mat if you find it easier to balance, or you can look straight ahead. Stay here for a moment, hold your middle still, gauge your navel, and then when you're ready, bend that front knee, extending out into Warrior Two again. Circle your arms up and over towards the mat, place them on the mat, and let's step back into Downward Facing Dog. So just pedal it out here. Toes, lower down, and you're going to walk forward to the front of your mat, and feet together, relax over your legs, breathing in and breathing out. Lift your left leg up, place your hands into your sternum, hold it here for a moment, remember to find a spot out in front of you. Breathing in, flat, nice and tall on that supporting leg, right up through the hip. And then when you're ready, extend your leg out to the back, toes down towards the mat. Doesn't matter if you wobble around. And then when you're ready, place that foot and heel on the mat, heel lined up with your instep, and extend your arms out into Warrior Two. Hold it here. Deep breath in, Deep breath out. And then when you're ready, place that forearm on your thigh, bring up your left arm up and over by your ear. Chest heading up towards the ceiling. Engage your thighs, engage your middle. Then when you're ready, extending back out into Warrior Two, straighten the front leg, coming into triangle. So hips go back, stretch forward with your ribs, have that hand to wherever you're comfortable and coming into triangle pose. So wherever you are, even if you're on your shin here, try and get that chest lifted up towards the ceiling. Remember, it's easier to balance if you're finding it hard to balance in this position if you look down towards the floor of the mat. Deep breath here. And then when you're ready, press through the front leg, coming back into Warrior Two. Strong position here. Stretch those fingertips. And when you're ready, arms come over towards the mat. Turn your back heel up off the mat and come back into downward facing dog and just pedal through. And find your stillness in this pose for a moment. And then when you're ready, just place your left foot behind your left hand, right knee behind your right hand, and let's come into pigeon pose. Remember, you can have a cushion or a blanket you can place underneath that right hip so that you're leveled up a little bit more if you feel like you're a little bit uneven or it's a little bit uncomfortable to stay here. And you can stay in this position here. We're going to breathe for about 5 counts, or you can come forward over the mat and you can place your head on your hands if you find this comfortable enough. And we'll stay here for 5 long deep breaths. And then when you're ready, whatever position you're in, coming up, and you're going to swing your right leg around and bring it across swing your left leg around, bring it across your right leg, and just come into a very gentle twist to the side. So you've got your right arm wrapped around your left leg, and your back arm is stretched out towards the back of the mat, pulling out nice and tall, shoulders relaxed. Take a couple of deep breaths. Pluck nice and tall through the middle of the back. And when you're ready, unwind, swing your legs around. Coming back into downward facing dog. Just to stretch your legs out a little bit before we go on to the other side, into pigeon on the other side. Hold it here for a moment. And then bring your left foot behind your right hand, left knee behind your left hand, and extend out into pigeon on the second side. And you might find one side's a lot different to the other, so just adjust yourself. If you don't need a cushion on this side, then you don't need to put one underneath your hip. So remember, it's always the hip, the leg that's bent, it's always that hip or that sit bone that you put a cushion or a blanket underneath. So that'll level you up. And whatever position you're on the other side, try and get into that again. And we'll take 5 deep breaths. And when you're ready, coming out of the position, swing your right leg around and we're coming in to twist on the other side. So sitting up nice and tall on your sit bones, pull up tall before you do the twist, wrap your left arm around your right leg and place the right hand behind you and pull up nice and tall. And then when you're ready, unwind. Just bring your legs out in front of you, bang them out. Take your right leg into the top of the left thigh and pull the toes of the left leg back towards you. Bring your arms up by your ears, long tall spine before you stretch out over that left leg. And then it doesn't matter if you just come to here, just wherever you can for your body. And just come into the position and so you're really stretching out, so it's not a relaxed pose, it's actually an extension. Deep breath through your lower back, through your middle back. Hold it here. And then breathing in, coming up. Breathing out. Extend your legs out, bang them out. Then bring the left foot into the right thigh. Pull the toes back. Sitting up nice and tall. And arms up. Breathe out, coming forward over that leg. You can hold on to the foot if you can reach it, or you can hold on to your shin just wherever you can reach. Long straight back, and then stretching forward. And then when you're ready, coming back up, arms out to the side. Just bring your feet flat on the mat, and let's just windshield wiper our legs just to relax through the hips and through the lower back. And then when you're ready, bend in your left leg, take hold of your foot, or you can use the peace fingers and place them around your big toe if you find that a little bit easier. And we're just going to extend, I just find it easy to hold either side of the instep. And extend your foot up towards the ceiling, nice long straight back, really good hamstring stretch, and then just breathe in and out through your nose. Doesn't matter if you've only got it here and you're stretching forward, that's fine, it's all good. Just wherever you feel the stretch through your hamstring. And then release it, bring it down. And change over legs. And extend. Bring it nice and tall. So you can use your hands to pull it towards you, or you can use your fingers to pull it towards you as well. Just wherever it's easiest for you to hold on to, pull it towards you. So it's a very active stretch. Relax it down, bring the soles of your feet together, deep breath in, deep breath out, coming forward over your feet, deep breath in, deep breath out, again breathing in and breathing out. Now this time take your legs forward, flex your toes back towards you, and bring your arms up beside you, breathing in, breathing out, coming forward, and this is another active stretch. Stretch forward over your legs. Another good hamstring stretch. And then coming back up. And then bang your legs out. We're going to come to rolling back down into Shavasana to finish. So stretch out along the mat. Just relax out from the hips. Just feel where you've worked into those hamstrings and the hips. Just relax them as much as you can. Just feel your thighs falling out away from your hips. Palms facing up to the ceiling. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable and just melt into the mat. Another few long deep breaths here. And if you can stay here longer on the mat in Shavasana, do so. Otherwise, let's stretch your arms above your head, fingertips stretched out, toes pointed away, big stretch. And then coming over into fetal position on your right hand side, just hold it here for a moment. And then press yourself up. Coming into easy pose. And let's just close our eyes and take a couple of long deep breaths. Drop your chin. Have your hands relaxed. You might want your hands in your lap or on your knees, whatever's comfortable. And breathe in. And breathe out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Just see whether you feel like you've actually woken up your body, how you're feeling around your lower half, how you're feeling in the upper half of your body, in your core. See whether your mind feels nice and relaxed. See whether you feel any different to when you started the practice. And set your intention for the day ahead. Another deep breath in. Deep breath out. We're just going to finish with one long Om. So bring your thumbs into your sternum with your hands in prayer position. Om. Thumbs to your forehead, bow forward towards the earth. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me here today, everyone, and I hope you'll join me again on the mat soon, and have a great rest of the day.